Raising the cone of power is a method by which vast amount of energies can be summoned up. How this is achieved, the usage and practicality are some of the concepts we will be discussing today. So let's start off with just exactly what is this cone of power and how do we construct such a thing? Well, this technique is generally used by the Wiccan community, but it's not exclusive to the Wiccan community. But generally, the idea goes something like this. After casting their circle, each member of the group stands around the circumference of the circle and focuses their attention high to a point above and in the center of the circle. It's the circle that forms the base of the cone and the point high above the apex. Now, energy is raised by a number of means, most notably drumming, singing and dancing around the circle. Now each member of the group focuses their attentions on the energies that they're able to summon up internally. And as they become more and more engrossed in these activities, the energies start to build to a point where they externalize them and see them, actually visualize them rising up into the apex of the cone. And there's no doubt that vast amounts of energies may be generated in this way. I mean, after all, the ancient shamans have been doing this since the very earliest of times. So now all of you may be thinking, well, that sounds very simple. I mean, there's not really much to see here. But there's a lot more to it than that. As I'm sure some of you already know, the ancient Celts believed that everything was first created in the spirit world before being manifest into reality. And with advances in science, today we're beginning to see how that could actually be. Now, I don't want to delve too much into the world of quantum physics in this video, but let's just say quantum physics is the world of the very, very small. And you may also say it's the world of the very, very large too. And what science is actually finding is that this is a very strange world and that matter doesn't really exist at all until it's observed and measured. Now, when you start to see the spirit world as being the quantum world, the intangible, non-physical world, we do start to see some similarities. And so, in the quantum world, nothing actually exists until it's realized. And from the ancient place of the Celts, things are not realized in the physical world until they are first created into the spiritual world. The point is, coming back to this concept of the cone of power, once all these energies are amassed and at their maximum peak, at a signal from the leader of the group, the whole cone is grounded and the energy sent off into the cosmos. And this other world you may see as being the spirit world, or you may see it as another dimension, or another way to look at it is that this cosmos is the great quantum flux. And as we know, nothing exists in the material world until it is first realized and observed at the quantum level. And so what I'm saying here is that this cone of pure energy has been generated and targeted towards a specific goal, and then it's sent out into this quantum world, the quantum level of existence, so that that goal be observed and realized and manifest into reality. So this is one way where I could see this could possibly work. However, I think there does need to be more. You see, the mind is the gateway to the world of spirit. And for you to realize anything in that world, you must truly believe and know that what you're doing is going to work. And so there's a lot more to this technique of the cone of power than building all these masses of energy and aiming them towards a goal and sending them out into the cosmos. There's much more at play here. So let's talk symbolism. Symbolism is very important. Now, symbolism represents a certain reality. And it's this symbolism that is the final ingredient that sows the seed of belief. If we look at the cone, we can see two very important symbols. The symbol of the circle and the triangle. Now the circle represents the sun and the cycle of the seasons, and also the cycle of life. That is life, death, and rebirth. And the triangle represents many things, one of them being transcendence, and that's transcendence from the earthly material world up into the spiritual world. And the triangle is also used to represent the four classical elements: earth, air, fire, and water. But most importantly for some, it represents the triple goddess: maiden, mother, and crone. So with all this symbolism and the activities within the circle, this all goes to enforce the practitioner's vision and belief that what is to be done will be done. So I hope you've all enjoyed today's discussion on the cone of power. And if you have, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. And, of course, subscribe if you're not already. And with that, I'll see you again in another 2 weeks on the next episode.